Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I am Ryan Boland. Thank you all for joining me. I don't know if any of you guys are aware of this, but in the state of Ohio, a few days ago, there was supposedly an incident that occurred in reference to a 10-year-old girl that was supposedly raped and impregnated. And because the state of Ohio is run by a Republican governor and our House of Representatives is mostly Republican, that they have basically banned abortion here in the state of Ohio, at least to some extent. So because of this, supposedly because of this 10-year-old girl that was supposedly raped and impregnated supposedly has to go to another state that allows abortion in order to get an abortion, which is crazy to me. Before I even go into this article, which is a short article, that's crazy to me. You willing to take this child all the way over to another state to get an abortion? You willing to spend money to take the child to another state to be aborted. I mean, to have the child aborted. That right there sounds, I won't even say sounds really crazy. You are so desperate to get an abortion that you're willing to go to another state to get it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how people just want to be willy-nilly. But I'm not going to get into all this. Well, allegedly, what is happening right now is that the accusation is that there is no proof whatsoever of the suspect or of someone actually raping and impregnating this 10-year-old girl. So what's going on here? So let's go. What's going on? What's the deal? So I want to get into this article. It's a pretty straight article, and then I'm going to give you my commentary. I'm going to give you my commentary and my opinion. An article starts off on Monday's broadcast of the Fox News channel Jesse Waiter's Primetime. Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost discussed claims that a 10-year-old rape victim in Ohio had to travel to Indiana to obtain an abortion due to Ohio law, and said there has not been a whisper from local law enforcement anywhere in the state about an investigation into such a crime. He also stated that in a case like this, you would be looking for DNA analysis, and there is no case request for analysis that looks anything like this in the Ohio Crime Lab that his office runs and does most of Ohio's DNA analysis. Host Jesse Waters asked, quote, So Dave, have you had anybody come to you in your state to say, we're looking into this, a police report was filed? Yost responded, not a whisper. And we work closely with it said dash, I don't know what that means. We work closely with have a decentralized law enforcement system in Ohio, but we have regular contact with prosecutors and local police and sheriffs. Not a whisper anywhere. Something maybe even more telling, Jesse, is my office runs the state crime lab. Any case like this, you're going to have a rape kit. You're going to have biological evidence, and you would be looking for DNA analysis, which we do most of the DNA analysis in Ohio. There is no case request for analysis that looks anything like this. He added, it's also the fact that in Ohio, the rape of a 10-year-old means life in prison. I know our prosecutors and cops in this state. There's not one of them that wouldn't be turning over every rock in their jurisdiction if they had the slightest hint that this had occurred there, end quote. And that's the end of that article right there. So you've read that. You've heard that, what I've read. So I want to get to the question. If this is fake, why would this be the case? Because based on what I'm reading here from this article, and I've heard this somewhere else as well, from an article I read online, is that something's not right about this. Something's funky. There's no investigation going on. Nobody's trying to find the person that raped this 10-year-old. The focus is all on this 10-year-old getting impregnated and going across state lines to Indiana to get an abortion. That's what the focus is on. The focus is not on this young girl getting raped. Now, what's going on here? Now, if this is true, if in fact this young girl did not get raped, and this is all fabricated, maybe not fabricated in the sense that the whole ordeal is made up, but if this is all fabricated in the sense that she really didn't get pregnant or whatever, the question is why? And in my opinion, and I've said this before, the liberal leftist establishment has no problem with lying and making up stories. The reason why I believe that is because they have no sense of right or wrong. They believe in moral relativism or situational ethics. This is what they believe in. They don't believe in an absolute right or absolute wrong. So lying is not a problem for them. Lying is not a problem for them. Okay? Because it's situational. Remember, situational ethics is the concept of right or wrong based on your situation. In other words, it's right when the situation basically mandates that it's right. It's wrong when the situation basically mandates it's wrong. It's all based on your circumstances. So in this situation, if this situation is made up, which in my heart, I believe it is, I believe it's fabricated, at least to some extent, that the liberal far left is saying, okay, well, this is situational. It's situational. We have to push this agenda of abortion. We have to push this agenda of a young girl getting, raped and having to travel over to another state to get an abortion. That this is horrible, that this is terrible. We have to push this because we need that money. We need that money coming in, man. We getting paid for this. We get pushback for this. So we got to push this abortion thing, man. You putting a lot of people out of work, man. You keeping our pockets empty. So we have to make this up. It's no absolute right or wrong. We can make this up because it's situational. See, they don't have any moral standards. So they can make something up like this. If indeed this is fabricated, which as I said, in my opinion, I believe a significant portion of this is made up. Because as this individual said, why isn't any law enforcement talking about doing an investigation on who did this? Why is there any investigation? You raped a 10-year-old? You raped a 10-year-old? If this had been in decades ago, they'd have been talking about the person himself who raped an animal. You need to be persecuted. You need to be castrated or whatever else. All the focus would have been on finding this individual that raped this girl. But the focus that the media is putting it on is the fact that she's pregnant and she has to travel over to Indiana or whatever to get an abortion. That's what the focus is on. You see how they switch the liberal left media and the liberals switch these things around to justify evil, to justify wrong? Why not? They believe in situational ethics. They believe in moral relativism. They don't believe in the absolute right or wrong. So it doesn't matter to them. They believe we evolved, that we're not created, we evolved. We evolved from animals. We're a higher form of evolution, but according to their worldview, we're just an evolved form of it. We're just an evolved animal. Therefore, anything we do is not based on right or wrong. It's based on instinct. I'm not making this stuff up. This is what these liberal establishment people actually believe. And these are the people that's leading our country and creating laws that dictate your life and mine. Is that what you really want? You want crazy people like that creating policies that dictate how you live your life? I don't know about you, but I don't. I certainly don't. So I believe this is fabricated. I believe this is made up. And to some extent, I'm not saying that the girl didn't get raped. I'm not saying that this 10-year-old girl doesn't exist or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But I find it interesting that this individual would say these type of things. Something's going on here. Just saying, what do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. God bless you all, and see you again on another Black Conservative.